One of the first prayers that appears in the Siddur as one comes to shul in the morning is the prayer, Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. How goodly are your tents, O Jacob. Mishkanotecha, your tents, O Israel. And what's really fascinating is where these words come from. These words, in fact, do not come from a Jewish person. They don't come from King David. They don't come from Moses. They come from Balak, the wicked prophet who came to curse the Jewish people. And yet all of his curses were transferred into blessings. He stood up at the top of the cliff together with the king of Moab, with Balak, and he looked down at the Jewish camp. He wanted some inspiration so that he could curse them. And he looked down at their tents, and suddenly he was overcome, and he blessed them. God turned his curses into a blessing. He looked at the tents, at the camps, and he said, Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. How goodly are your tents, O Jacob, mishkanotecha Yisrael, your sanctuaries, O Israel. What impressed him? What impressed him? And our sages tell us that there were two things in particular. The first one is that he saw the way in which the Jewish people dwelt, the way in which they set up their tents. They set up their tents in such a way that the entrance of one tent was not facing into the entrance of another tent, so that people could have their privacy, so that people could feel that they had their own space to be with their family. Or as we would say today, it wasn't like the window of one room was looking into the window of another room or another house. People had their sense of privacy. And this is something that he praised the Jewish people for. And this is something that we pray for every day, that we have the sense of privacy. We're living in a very global world. And we're living in an incredible open world where we have social media. Social media comes into our very homes, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be, the WhatsApp that we use on our phones. We are bombarded all of the time. We have no privacy whatsoever. We feel that our homes are hardly our homes. They're almost like the public thoroughfare. And here the Torah says that there has to be the sense of privacy, that there are some things that are private, some things that are meant to be intimate and between husband and wife or between families. They are not the domain of other people. This was the praise of the Jewish people, and this is certainly something that we should try to emulate and live up to this very day. The other thing that impressed Bilam is that he saw mishkanotecha. What does it mean, mishkanotecha or ohalecha? Yes, it's true, it means a tent and a house. But it also means the tents of learning, the houses of learning. Bate knesset or bate midrashot. He saw that they had shuls. They had bate midrash. They had places of learning where people came to study. For a Jewish person, study begins when you're a little child and it never ever ends. When the famous words of the Rambam in the Laws of Studying Torah, he says each and every Jew is obligated to learn Torah, whether you're young or whether you're old, whether you're single or whether you have a family, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. You are obligated to learn every single day, in the day and in the nighttime. And then he goes on to say that most of one's learning is acquired in the night. Every single day, every single Jew should set aside time to study. Now, of course, not everybody had the opportunity of learning in a yeshiva. They may not know how to sit down and open a volume of the Talmud, but it's no excuse. There is so much available today. You can bring the Beit HaMidrash, the house of learning, into your home. There are countless incredible websites that one can go to. Eisha Torah, Chabad, yutorah.org, endless shirim, audio shirim, lectures on any topic whatsoever. Of course, you have to be discerning. But a person can learn Torah all of the time. You can download an app on your phone and listen to it while you're driving off to work. That's what impressed Bilam. Look at the incredible dedication that the Jewish people have to learning, to study, to educating. They never stop educating their children. They never stop educating themselves. And that's how we became known as the people of the book, a people who were dedicated to the Torah, to learning all of the time. And that's why when we come into shul in the morning, we say those famous words, basically that come from an enemy. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. How blessed are your tents, O Jacob. How blessed is my home that I have a sense of privacy, and how blessed is the shul that I've come to this Beit Midrash, to this house of learning, that I can continue to hand over the tradition that I received from our fathers from one generation to another. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.